Morning and welcome to Feedback Friday Art Edition. I'm your host, Jacob Johnson. Um, so, we're doing art today. Hi, guys. Just kind of having a little bit of a late start. Just organizing windows and the likes. Alright. Hi. Yep. Art time. Okay, so today we are going to be doing some stuff for Puzzle Trap. I don't know if you guys have checked it out. We did a promo in MouseHunt. You were getting puzzle blocks, um, but it's a puzzler game on the mobile devices, so your iPhones and Androids. Definitely a pretty fun game. Uh, it is MouseHunt IP related, so we have a bunch of mice from the kingdom kind of put in there that you can capture, solve the puzzles to catch the mice, and progress through the levels. I personally have beaten the game, and we are working on the next chapter of the game right now. So today we are going to be working on that. Going to be making some sprites. Um, yeah, check out the links if you haven't gotten the game. You should definitely get it. If you link it to your Facebook account, you also get a reward in MouseHunt, I believe. Um, I think I did that correctly, but I don't remember. Pretty sure I did. Did that a while ago though. But yeah, so definitely check it out. It's a lot of fun. Toxic Spill. It's been a while. It has been a while. Don't know if we're going to be doing that anytime soon, though, to be honest. We were road mapping pretty recently, just discussing our plans for immediate future. Going to be kicking up brand new content real soon, so I'm sure you'll see that in a week or two on my page or on the stream from me. Uh, Garbage Island. Yeah, so there's lots and lots coming down the pipe. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, definitely check out Puzzle Trap. Really fun. And I'm actually going to be designing some levels for the next chapter. So look forward to that. There'll probably be some pretty hard and mean ones because I tend to like to do that. I'm a big fan of puzzle games too, so I enjoy making them. Yeah, so I was trying out the map editor yesterday. It's pretty cool. I don't know, maybe I'll actually like do some map editing in front of you, and maybe we can build a level together and see if it gets into the game. It could be kind of fun. All right, so I'm gonna open up my software suite and get greeted by Charlie. Hello, Charlie. Just coming up here. Come say hi. I know, not a little room on my desk. That helps deter you from just harassing me constantly. Charlie says hi. Okay. Okay, gotta get to work. Gotta actually start the stream. So much idle time. Alright, I should probably plug in my headset. In case I get just like random Skype messages and then the chat is like, what? I didn't get Skyped. How rude. Okay. Yeah. Charlie is adorable. She's very sweet. Alright, so let me pull up my MouseHunt folder. Puzzle Trap. Template file. Here we go. Okay, so we have our template file here. Our trusty steel mouse, who is all pixely because I stole it from Kelly as a like JPEG. This kind of like starts me off with some proportions. Here's kind of an example of what a background looks like. I don't think there's anything important in the reference folder. But yeah, so basically this is the file I start off with to do a sprite for the game. We've done a couple on the stream before. We actually like crushed out multiple in one session, I think. How many did we do? I posted it to my page. I'm going to take a quick look. Because I don't know if we're going to get as many done today. We're working on Whisker Woods. And some of the mice are a little, well, actually, we've done kind of the easier ones on our list. And the ones that are left are going to be a little bit more odd to draw, I think. We'll see. Alright. Sorry, I just saw a really cool picture on Facebook of a storm that looked amazing. It distracted me for a moment. Alright, go to my page, go internet, go to my photos, I only did 2. Thought I did more. Okay. 2 is good. 2 is doable, probably, for today, I hope. Although these are a little more complicated, so may only get 1. Because usually when I'm doing the sprites on my own, it takes maybe like 6 hours to do a full one. But because I have an audience when I'm streaming, I generally tend to be way more efficient because I have a lot less distractions that I can get away with because people are watching and I know that you are watching. So it keeps me on my toes. Alright, so let's begin. Let me pull up my chat as well. Pop it out. Pop out chat. Hello, chat. Yeah, so Whisker Woods. Do you want to see what I've done for... I'll show you one of them. I won't show you all the ones that we've done because obviously you want to catch them and discover them because they're cool and fun. But I'll show you one. This should be the file here. Yeah, so this is the goblin. Get out of the way. Little goblin guy. So the cool thing about how we set up these files is they're broken down into different layers, and then we have our animators who can kind of like, you know, animate these bits. Make him like, oh, I'll just rotate the whole thing. Make him move his arms and stuff. I'm terrible at this, but yeah, Kelly and Francisco on the mobile side are really good animators, and they bring these guys to life in the game. So definitely gotta check them out. Pop these out. All right, I'll leave this. I was about to say I'll leave that file up for reference so I can look at it and kind of like get similar proportions. But I managed to close it by hitting the Photoshop button. I don't know why that closes Windows in Windows. It's a little frustrating. So I don't mean for that to happen. So let's see if I can reopen that. All right, I'm gonna shrink it down and pop it over to the other screen where I can just kind of reference it when I need to, but it's not in the way. Yeah, admittedly, when I do kind of chibi mice, I do kind of channel a little bit of Stitch. I kind of like learned some tricks from Chris Sanders, I believe, was the designer, where he kind of like the way he makes little stumpy little fingers and fat feet that are like really kind of cute and chubby, but like I don't know, it's got a nice cute feel to it. The Goblin isn't especially channeling that, but other kind of cutesy mice do. Um, but yeah, Stitch is one of the characters that I've studied specifically, um, which is always a good thing. When you're trying to evolve your art, learning from other great artists is the best way to do it. All right. Need the Wicked Witch of Whisker Woods. She wasn't represented in the Whisker Woods Rift. So disappointed. I mean, we went through the list of mice from the Whisker Woods to try and figure out what ones we wanted to turn into sprites, and she didn't make the cut again. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the artwork for that character. I feel like could have done a lot better. Um, and so, one of the things that happens in the mobile game Puzzle Trap is when you actually collect the mouse for the first time, it kind of like shows you the actual game art from MouseHunt itself, the browser version. So it I guess I just want to not have that older art that I really don't like kind of showing up in a newer product. So we chose mice that the art is a little more kind of vibrant and current, less outdated looking. Um, but some of the characters that we created were just great characters that we really wanted and fit the area really well. So we're actually potentially redrawing um, one or two mice, probably just one, for the original Whisker Woods in the MouseHunt browser, just because the art for it, we're just like, no, I don't want this art anymore. So, but that's kind of in the downtime when we have enough kind of like free time as artists, which is pretty rare. But we do have just a tiny window right now as we're kind of transitioning to a big kind of content thing we're working on soon. Should be starting that up next week even. Um, so cool stuff gonna happen soon. Yeah. I don't know. I would love to update like a ton of mice from the Whisker Woods. So, but yeah, we don't have the kind of like the room to do that, I guess. So it is what it is, I guess. But there are other really cool characters from the Whisker Woods. A lot of the ones that Jesse McGibney did, he was an artist that was with us for a little bit during that time. He did some really stellar work. He's an incredible artist. He's off doing his own thing right now. He's got a game company that he's kind of the co-founder of. He's pretty awesome. Does a lot of cool stuff. It's called Alien Trap. Check it out. Good games. I'm a huge supporter of them all because they're really fun. But yeah, he did kind of like the bear mouse. The goblin was one of his. Um, uh, a number of other ones. They don't come to memory exactly, but yeah, lots that were done by him that we've decided should make it into the game because they're just really well designed. I wasn't as good an artist back then, to be honest. I don't think I can tell you about the new content that we're going to be starting up next week, but I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. We were working on kind of the actual gameplay yesterday. We had a meeting, and we're kind of just figuring out exactly how we wanted the new kind of piece to work, what kind of gameplay we wanted for you guys, and when we kind of finished hashing it out, all of us were pretty excited about it. Um, it's a kind of based off a classic. You'll know it when you see it, but I think a lot of people will be very excited about it. It should be pretty fun. All right. Can Puzzle Trap please be brought over to Facebook soon? I don't know. That's something you'll have to bring up with kind of Dave maybe during his mobile Feedback Friday, because he's the guy kind of that's the lead on that. I'm only working on it as basically an artist and now helping with some level design for it. But yeah, that's something I can't answer, but it'd be pretty cool. Just like I could see it probably working, but that said, I don't do any coding really, so I wouldn't know. How about I do some art though? I've been talking for 15 minutes straight. Right, so today we are going to be working on, let me pull up my list and decide what we're going to work on today. Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's a fun trap. We definitely looked at it, and it's a neat idea. Might kind of do something similar in the new one of the new expansions, possibly. No promises, but it is a point of inspiration for the art. It's a fun little idea. All right, so oh, wrong folder. That's the thing when you're working on multiple projects, you need to make sure you're in the right category. All right, there we go. Okay, so what one do I want to do? All right, so here's the thing. We've eliminated a lot of the mice on our list, so we're down to only a few. And the ones that I'm left with are going to be really hard to translate into a sprite, I think. So one of the ones that we considered was the Wiggler mouse. And wonderful design, but I'm trying to figure out how I would represent that as a sprite, and I don't know if it's going to work so well, because what you see on the screen, it is like going to be so small in comparison to the amount of space I give myself to work on these, because they do have to be high resolution and stuff, but even then we like basically shrink them like 10 times. So it is a complex design. There's big shapes, which is important to be able to kind of convey, but then like the face would be lost, the hands might be lost, the ears are hard to convey, doesn't really read as a mouse so well. So trying to figure out, let me just pull up an image of him so that you guys have that. So we got Wiggler mouse here, and yeah, as I was saying, like big shapes are really like useful because as a silhouette you could read that, but I'm worried that we would lose the cute face if we were to kind of like translate that down into a really kind of small character. But that said, I really feel like the challenge is probably something that I should accept, and see what that does. So let me look up one more. Okay, so the other one I'm considering doing is the bear mouse. Now that's another kind of like big body, big good shapes, tiny head. And other characters that I did in the Puzzle Trap game, I made the heads too small and you lose kind of the character in that. So what I'd have to do for these ones is make their heads big enough that they kind of read as the character, but then do we lose that kind of like the interesting dynamic of, like big body, tiny head. So this is something that I'm going to have to figure out, I think. Gonna have to experiment and see what does work, what doesn't. So let's try Curious Chemist. I did do. He's kind of a key character in the Whiskerwood, so I created him actually yesterday. Um, yeah, exactly. He already has that like great chibi ratio where he's got a giant head, tiny body, so super easy to turn into a cute sprite. Worked very well, very easy to do. And then he's got those gigantic glasses to kind of differentiate him from other characters very easily. And I decided to put a potion strapped to his back, so you'll get to see him in the game soon-ish. I don't know when the area is coming out, but we're kind of blasting through the art, so we'll see. I mean, I think it's going to take a while because we have to develop the actual puzzles, all the levels, and we have a good amount that are coming out in that area. So it's probably going to take a while to create all the puzzles, and it's going to have like new puzzle mechanics too, which I'm pretty excited about. Can make yet further complicated puzzles. Okay. Can I do a shout out? A shout out to all the people who want shout outs. There you go. That's you. I did say chibi. That is how I refer to it. Alright, so let's do some sketching. Okay, so we're going to try out the Wiggler mouse because I honestly think that's going to be one of the hardest ones to do. And why not do it live? You know, that's probably the best way to figure it out, is by being able to screw it up the worst in front of an audience. So what I'm going to do is create probably an awkward shape, which I'm a little worried. Okay, so I'll make sure he's got a face first. But he's kind of got like weird not mouse ears. I'm worried if I take up too much space here, it's not going to leave a lot of room for animation purposes. You can kind of make him more of an inchworm, maybe. Yeah, I'm worried about that shape. I don't know if that's going to read safely. So we'll see. Okay, we'll give him his kind of little stumpy arms, and these might not even really move. They might be one layer that can kind of just kind of like wiggle around when he's walking. Alright, so give him little feet. And these I'm probably going to do on a different layer each so that when he's walking they can kind of like shuffle. Oh, let's see this link. Yeah, if I make the head or face like half or a third of his body length, that might work. Oh, cool. Tritus-like skin. That's pretty neat. Well drawn. Good stuff. I like that. Sharks are so cool. Love sharks. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, the head of the character is going to get lost. So I think we'll do just that. We're going to kind of like really just go extreme. And if we just kind of like, no, maybe not that extreme. Okay, so if we make this like the cheeks and the nose, and he's got like cute eyes there. We're like really kind of like going crazy on this because I don't know if there's a good solution, but it might be an extreme one. So just bear with this terrible design sense. Okay, so we'll give him cute, chubby cheeks, just because it's adorable. But yeah, so we're gonna go to like extremes with this. We'll see how bad this can get. This might not work out too great. We'll see. So make him like real chunky. He's got his like little weird spine tail thing. Actually, let's soften that up. Flatten this and then put like their legs here. That might work. Looks like Kirby now. So we'll get these cute little nubby hands. Nubby touch stubs. Like he doesn't even have like hands, just like weird lumps. This might work. Yeah, it's the baby wriggler. There we go. Wash wriggler. I love it. Okay, so we might actually be able to make this work. I'm feeling a little more confident about it, which is super great. Because I was super kind of like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this one to work. I was really worried it might start to look like some kind of not safe for, you know, app or live stream anatomy. But no, he's kind of cute. What we can do is we can kind of like create a segment here, so like the front of the body and the back of the body are separated, so when they animate it, they just kind of have the butt just kind of like, and it'll kind of like inchworm along, which is pretty cute. So that kind of works. We'll limit the hands to 4 instead of the 6 in the original drawing. I think that'll kind of read a little bit better. You know what? I actually like this guy now. I think we're going to do it. Alright, so we don't need to go into crazy detail. But I did want to kind of get the weird ears going so that when you see him unlock as your reward, kind of makes more sense as to why he looks so strange. Because it'll look more like his counterpart in the game. And this makes me a little more confident about doing the bear one as well. We can do a really cutesy, also chibi bear. I think that'll probably work, hopefully. Okay. So one of the things that will also kind of like make this character read like the original character is the coloring on it. Yeah, no, he is. I was surprised at how fast that worked. I think we're gonna work with this design. Normally, I have to do a couple of sketches to kind of be happy with it, because one thing about designing sprites and really tiny things is can very easily not look great. So you have to be real kind of diligent about having good design, because you have so little to work with. You have to make it work with, you know, with as little information as possible and have it read cleanly and stuff like that. I think we managed to luck out on this one. So that's pretty cool. Plus, having them be really cute is also kind of a nice thing. I mean, we'll keep refining it as we work on it. I don't think it's quite there yet, but we'll get there. Maybe have the cheek top heavy instead. Give him his double chin. Mini leaf in his hand. Just carrying a leaf around. Vehicle farted as it drove by. It's the fuzz, run! That leaf is not mini. That's true. I suppose I could make it minier. It's a big leaf. I mean, one thing is he's going to be green. I don't know if that leaf would read that small. So I think it would have to be a bit bigger. Because yeah, although we can add a lot of fun, cool detail up close, and it'll look great up close, the moment you shrink it down to the actual size it'll be in game, you either lose all that detail or that detail becomes so muddled because there's too much going on that it becomes hard to read what everything is. It can actually really work against it. It ate the gilded leaf mouse. Oh no, gold leaf mouse. Yeah, the original leaf, I think people were on board with that. I was too. I think that's pretty cute. Having him shuffle around with a little snack on the go. Because it's not only enough to eat the mice or eat the cheese in the game, he also needs to snack on the way. He's a growing boy. Yeah, I mean, once you catch the mouse, it'd be kind of cute to see a bigger version of this too. But I guess the design of it is to show the actual game character from MouseHunt itself. And that was just kind of what they wanted to do with it. It'd be neat to have somewhere where you can look at the sprites in higher detail. I think that might be something they should add. Maybe I'll propose that to Derek, who's kind of like the lead programmer on it. Okay. I'm wagging his tail like Wash would. Wash has a tail that kind of sticks into the air like that, so it kind of reminds me of him. I would not be surprised if they made, because they like to do idle animations for these characters, so I would not be surprised if Kelly or Francisco made him just kind of nibbling on the leaf or something cute like that. Maybe have like a little bite mark out of it. I'm worried about where it lines up with stuff. Let's see. What did Alex say? All right. Yeah, being able to view the mice at bigger sizes in MouseHunt. Um, I mean, you can view them by like clicking through the thumbnail and stuff like that to get to the kind of the full view. Once you get past a certain size, they do break down. They're not drawn to be like high resolution, unfortunately. Um, one of the benefits of being drawn at the resolution they are is we're able to produce a decent amount of them, which is why we have like over 800 mice in the game right now. Yeah. All right. So I think our sketch is pretty good. We'll knock this down. And it might only be broken into a few layers. Normally we have like the head, 2 parts of the body. Each of the arms is 2 parts. The legs are 2 to 3 parts. And then we have the tail. And then we also have a different drawing of the face for when the character is caught. And the tail as well will also kind of react differently. So it'll be less than normal actually, because I think the front of the body and the head, and maybe even the arms as well, will be all the same layer. Although I'm probably going to move the arms and the leaf onto their own separate layers so that he can kind of like have him moving the leaf around, which could be cute because then he can kind of nibble at it. So let's start with the head. We're just going to use a kind of deep foresty green as an outline color. So we'll start, what we do is we just start with the outline and just kind of, you know, cut out the character. Very simple. Using the sketch as my guide, but doesn't mean that I have to follow it exactly. Get one of the folds here. And we'll get that foot on its own layer so that we can have that shuffle around on its own, because I think that'll be better for the animators to work with. Alright, so get some big cute eyes. Oh, else did Alex say? There we go. Sorry, just had to respond. Alright. I probably don't need to actually outline those bits, but we'll see when we color it. There we go. Sorry about that again. All right, so we've got this cute guy to start. Now what we'll do is we'll go on to the next part. So we can do the arms right now. They'll probably be just like 1 or 2 layers. So now we'll get a bit of overlap going. We'll do the leaf. Actually, let's do the leaf on a layer below. There we go. All right, so we're going to start to see the outlines overlapping each other. And this is important because, you know, if you have specific bits, they need to be able to, you know, be visible. That made no sense, what I said. But it'll make sense. Or it at least makes sense to me. That's, yes, good. Good, Jacob. Words, good. All right. So now I'm doing the body. That should be a bit lower. I want it to line up with this. Cool. All right. Left arm, I don't think we'll need that at all. Left leg be this one right here. Just need the one. We'll close that up. The tail. And we do need the right leg here. We'll do this as 3 different ones though, in case they want to move them independently. Okay, so now that we have the outlines kind of blocked in, we're going to just kind of color in behind them. So we're going to grab, let's just use this color for now. This is just going to be a placeholder color. So what we're going to do is we're just going to block in our colors. As you notice, this is going to start to cover over some of the other outlines. I'm going to need to change the layer orientation because this should not be on top of everything. The arms should be on top of this, as well as the leg, the left or right leg. Okay, so just blocking that in. That looks pretty good. We're just going to quickly turn off the other layers so I can see where this needs to end. That's fine, and we'll just take away a bit of the outline there. Cool. Okay, so we got the head of it. We're going to bring the arms up in front as well as the right legs. Turn those on, turn those on. Alright, so this is the arms. We're just going to hide the body or the head right now. Get the leaf. Do it as a slightly brighter color. Hide that group for now. And we're going to come back and adjust all the colors, including the outline colors, stuff like that. Nice little bright leaf. Turn the head back on. Looks pretty good. Alright, so now we'll go to the body. Turn that on. Go, grab our color, and just block it in. Very simple. Alright, turn off the head copy so we can see how far this goes. Good, good. Turn that back on. And next, I'll just erase that group. I don't need that anymore. Don't need the arm there. And going to use this leg. Delete that and that. And tail. Just block you in real quick. Good. Alright, only thing that's left is the right legs. Shrink you. Alright, so this is the first one. It's the second one. And the third one. Now when we turn it all back on, should have a very green wiggler mouse. There we go. So everything is layered properly. Now we're going to start to do some fun coloring on it. So what we'll do is we'll start with the head of him, lock the transparency on this, find the kind of color that I want to start with. So I'm going to begin with kind of the cheeks. We'll make these kind of the off-white kind of cream color, I guess. This will go down onto his belly. Okay, that's pretty cute. Let's hide these other layers for now. In fact, we can turn off the sketch. Oh, what's going on? Everyone posted Jacob the stream hanged. Alright, I guess I'll restart it. Frames, drop frames detected. What's going on? Internet is being poop. And down again. Alright, so internet is not being very friendly today. Alright, start it up again. Maybe this is working. I don't actually know. Alright, chat, if you're there, let me know if this is working. We got it back. Alright, so sorry guys. I don't know how long I was down. Hopefully not very long. I'm not good at paying attention to the chat. It is kind of working. Alright, yeah, we're having some streaming issues right now. Let's see. Maybe I can change my settings. Seems like it's working. Okay, that's good. Let's look at my settings. Bitrate is 1000 kps. I mean, I haven't had a lot of issues streaming with my settings. I think if I'm having any issues with it, it's got to be my internet service provider. It sometimes decides to poop out. Oh, am I recording this? No, only down for 4 minutes. That's good. Of course not. I have been terrible at remembering to record stuff, and it might be a little late to start that now. I don't know if this makes a good kind of like art video, anyways, or painting video. It's fun to be a part of live, though, I hope. Okay, so basically what I'm doing now, in case I wasn't live when talking about it, is I'm just kind of blocking in basic colors right now. Just going to start to bring this guy to life. So I'm going to get a little more warm, brighter colors going on. He's out in the sun, enjoying a fresh leaf. Nice little leaf. Or a nice little stroll. Okay. Then we're going to start to do the kind of other detailing on him. Well, let's do the greens first. He's kind of got a shininess to him. I'm basing it off of the in-game art. Okay. That seems all right. Good enough to kind of hint at some 3D shapes at a small resolution, which is really what I want. Then we're going to bring in the kind of like red triangles that are on him. I'll make them kind of more just an orange. Make them a bit stronger. Alright, and I think we'll actually just use this color here to kind of do a quick little outline on them. Make them stand out in a nice way. Might just get rid of these circle bits. leave the triangles. Cool. Okay. So that's pretty good. Again, we don't need and don't really want to put in a crazy amount of detail. It can just end up muddying the sprite. We want it to read cleanly. So let's get this orange in the ears. Uh-oh. Drop frames detected again. Yeah, internet's being crummy. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Fernando mentions that it passes the squint test, and that's actually a thing that I'll use every once in a while. Basically, if you squint at it and it reads, and you can understand what the shapes are and stuff like that, that means it's a clean design, and it's just a really quick way to gauge if what you're creating is legible, really. Um, So definitely use that. It's a good trick. Just squint at it if you can kind of like determine what the shapes are. Then you're probably in a good spot. Cool. Okay. I'm going to make these a bit shiny though. Again, just to kind of reference the original design of it a bit. Adds a bit of interest to the color. We'll probably adjust the outline color on the ears to kind of more closely match the color of the material inside. Okay, so that's the head portion. That's basically all we need for it. It's pretty good. Let's say that's done. You can just fill in the screen. Probably shouldn't matter, but do it anyways. The legs honestly aren't going to need much. Maybe a slight highlight. Again, we're not going for huge amounts of detail because the more you add, the more it can just kind of distract. So we'll just add highlights onto the top of those so they just are a little more 3D. They pop out a bit. Nothing too crazy. Just clean and simple. There we go. So we got little legs that wiggle around. Legs should be a little higher. One of the things is the legs themselves are completely separated. So that means that when the animators work with it, they can move it wherever they like. And I guess maybe you mean like the actual fold should go a bit higher. We could do that. The angle doesn't really seem right. Okay. Yeah, let's try that. It's going to take a little bit of redrawing, but not too crazy. Let's try with this leg here. And I kind of wanted them to be a bit stumpy because it's kind of a cuter thing going on. Let's just erase this a bit. I'll hide the other layers really quick. Just got to see where I'm drawing. When it's all the same green, it's kind of hard to tell. Okay. So there we have it a bit higher up. That actually probably will read better. So let's go with that. In fact, we could be lazy about it and just like copy and paste, and it should be fine. Yeah, I think that's better. I agree. Well done. Good catch. All right, so let's put you there and there. And we'll shift the order of these and get rid of these groups. There we go. Now we got cute little wiggler legs. This right foot can also be tweaked a bit too because of that. Or left foot. Probably doesn't need much though. There we go. That's a bit better. The leaf should be maple colored. Oh, that's a good idea. It'll read a bit better too, probably. Make it the gnarled cheese color. Could probably do that. Okay, so we'll do a quick highlight on the foot, just so there's also more 3D. Hide this really quick so I can see that. Good. All right, cool. Let's do the body. So we'll hide the head. I didn't lock transparencies on this. Oops. Go. Seems good. Now we'll just drop some triangles on its butt. Let's see where I put those in the sketch. Go on there. Go on there. And why not the edge of one there? All right, now we're going to hide the body. The head, rather. And finish painting these so that when it moves out from behind, there's not just weird colors that stop in weird places. Good enough. All right, we'll grab that color, turn off the head copy again, and give it a quick outline. Good. Good. Cool. All right, tail. Tail color is going to be regular mouse-ish colors. Go warmer reddish, pinkish kind of color. Okay, we can give a bit of a shadow to that. Seems good. Okay, so leaf color. Actually, the bottom of the body should have a little bit of this tan color to it. There. Okay, so the leaf. Could just make it a gold leaf, kind of have a little nod at it. What do you guys think of that? Better with the green or with the kind of like gold leaf color, or should I do a different color completely? Okay, so got one for the green, got one for the gold. Secretly eating the gold leaf mouse. Cannibalism. Gonna add a little bit more highlight to the cheek to kind of draw even more attention to the face. Straw poll incoming. Dennis will always jump at the chance to do a straw poll. I can't blame him. It is useful and awesome. Green sprout. Two for green. The brown does kind of stand out pretty well. All right, there's a straw poll. Go there and vote. This is how we will decide what color the leaf will be. Go internet, load this very simple straw poll. You can do it. All right, I will let you guys vote. I'm gonna get some water, and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right. Add some crumbs to the mouth. Unfortunately, that would definitely not be visible. All that detail would be lost. All right, okay, there we go. Golden has it with 16 votes, 4 for green. That's a pretty decisive victory, 80 to 20, or 1 to 4. All right, so we're gonna go with the gold. I think that means that this mouse is almost done. Now, one of the things we do for the game itself is the animators like to make them move and have fun, but they also get caught, and it's no good having them have just kind of a plain expression on their face when you catch them. That's not very fun or satisfying. So what we're going to do is do a different set. Actually, you know what? One thing we did miss is highlighting the hands a bit. Silly us. I blame you guys. It's all your fault. All right, do a quick little highlight on the hands. That'll make them pop out a tiny bit. Great. Now it's a little more 3D. Okay, so what we do is we make a copy of the face. Actually, first we save this for the first time. That's important. There you go, first save, as it goes with me. All right, so what we do is we make a copy of the face. So here's our head copy. We're going to hide the old one. And now, actually, you know what? Before we do that, let me delete that copy and bring back the old one. We're going to adjust the color of the outlines. Because that'll make it look even nicer. And it's going to be very subtle. Like right now we have green outlines with an orange kind of body of it, and that just isn't as comfortable as if it's kind of a warmer outline on those spots. So we're just going to quickly do that and that. For the cheeks, darn it. This cap keeps falling off. I need to find my super glue and make it affixed permanently because there's no reason for it to come off. Okay. So for the cheeks, we'll do kind of a light orange or brown kind of tones. Go. It's as if the outlines were colored to be the shadows for the surface material. Orange doesn't work for the eyes. What would this look like if we did just kind of cute little... I don't think that'll read at the tiny size though, so I don't know if we can do that. Okay, well we'll leave that right now. I don't think it'll read anyways, but have it there anyways. Ah, happy birthday, Dennis. Thank you for modding, and have an awesome birthday. That's great. Okay, so I think the outlines are okay for the head. That's great, which means we can move on to making a copy of it. We'll highlight the tooth. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we got to make a copy of this now. Good. Hide the one underneath. And this time what we're going to do is sometimes, okay, so sometimes I'll like use the outline and copy it and like redraw it. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to flatten that. So now the outline and the actual like coloring job are on the same layer here. It's just one layer. And what I'll do is kind of just shift things around and redraw it how I see fit. All right, so I'm going to make him look more towards us a bit. It's going to look funky until it's all kind of drawn up how it needs to be. So just drawing over what exists. It's going to be a little sloppy, but then we do a cleanup at the end. All right, so cover this nose. Actually, we'll make the nose come up a lot. And then the mouth, all right, we'll just fill this in really quick. The mouth is going to be like wide open. I'm bad at drawing mouths, so bear with me. This could take a little bit. I don't like that shape. I'm going to hide the hands, the leaf for a bit. They're just kind of in the way. So we're just shifting it to the left a little bit, changing the angle. Let's fill this in right now, really quick. So I get a better idea of the shape. Find a shape that I want using just the silhouette of this. Yeah, it's looking a little more afraid. We'll make the eyes even bigger. It's more alert now. Got like a weird mustache thing going on. It drops the leaf. Yeah, I mean, the animators can definitely do that. That'd be cute. They'll probably do that, to be honest. I don't need to draw that here because that's something that they're going to decide. But I like that idea. Maybe I'll throw that in the comment. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they think of that themselves. So pretty good and have clever ideas for how to bring these characters to life. Okay, so hopefully that's looking a little more surprised and scared. We'll bring back the old one so we can compare. Drop its ears a bit. Yeah, that's definitely a good idea too. So we'll rotate it from here. Maybe even kind of flatten them a little bit. And it's like a really simple and not great way to do it right there, but you know, there's not a lot of detail like that gets kept when it's shrunk down. I mean, if I redrew it, it would be more accurate, but this will work pretty well. Okay, and this ear also drops down. that's going to go in front. So I'm going to cut that out and paste it behind this layer. Move it to where it was originally, and then rotate it. Perfect. Okay. Just clean up where it got all messed up. Little artifacts. Not that they'll show up anyways. Okay, so here we have two different head copies. So we have cute, regular, and then like, oh no, spooked. I think that works pretty okay. And then all we need is the tail. I'm going to do a copy of the tail as well. This one we'll probably just redraw. So just grab that color, grab our eraser, hide the original. And all we're going to do is we're going to make it shoot out straight. Very simple. But it helps convey the emotion. And then the animators can make them drop the leaf, which is cute. Okay, so tail is just normal, and then oh no, surprise. There we go. So that is the wiggler. Just going to rename this to caught. And perfect. So there we go. That is the wiggler sprite. Easy peasy. And of course, cannot save over the same file, because why would I be allowed to do that? Alright, save as, give it an extra character. Silly. Oh, actually, one thing that we need to do is the leaf. Leaf needs a tiny touch-up. The outline for it should be the same as the ear, instead of a green outline. There we go, and there's just a tiny bit of it peeking out. Not that that will matter in the slightest. Perfect. I think we're good. I think we're golden. I think we're gold leaf. Alright, who's up next? The bear. So we'll give this guy a save. Again, now that I made that tiny change, we'll not save over that one. Can we save over the original? That'd be nice. We can. Alright, cool. Apparently you just need to bounce between two different names to be able to continue to save my files. And this is why I don't have autosave on, by the way. Because I would constantly be getting errors because my computer is butt. Doesn't like saving things. Alright, so close this guy right now. He's on the other screen, so I can reference him for the cuteness factor, keep me inspired when trying to draw a bear mouse. But let's open my template. Here we go. I will add a new window for that, shrink it down to a tiny size. Seems like a good size. Bring it over. And full screen this. Now I'm going to pull up my bear reference. Here is the bear, just in case you forgot. It's very, very, very bottom heavy. Cool proportions. Not going to translate those proportions very well. Oh no, did it? Oh, It's back? Okay. 5 to 7 tries to get my attention, at least. Minimum. Back but buffering. Nope, it worked. Now it didn't. Come on, stream. Let's see. Okay, restarted the stream again. If this doesn't work, might have to just end the stream early. I mean, we did get one mouse created, which is a good thing. Oh, it's not your birthday. It's your grandpa's birthday. Okay. Well, happy birthday to your grandpa. That's awesome. Go Gramps. All right. I guess that this isn't working because the chat doesn't seem to be announcing anything. Oh, it's back. Weird. Well, hopefully this lasts. I mean, I guess we did finish that one sprite. It is coming up on 1 o'clock, which is when I usually do my break. It's good. Okay, I'm kind of like I don't want to like end the stream, have decent momentum, but if the stream is gonna be crapping out, that's another reason I don't want to kind of go on break. So, okay, it is back. It's good. Okay, the grab page once asked, "Oh no," and then there was an idea of having kind of like a face like oh, but the thing is, we literally draw like an oh no face on the sprite itself. As you saw, I just did that with the wiggler. So it literally takes away from that animation that we added in by like putting an emoticon above it, and it kind of I personally felt it looked cheap and kind of gaudy. So I wasn't a fan. I'm glad that we didn't do the emoticon. The oh no at the top was okay, but it also doesn't translate. It's like English specific. So I think the ultimate call was just like, oh, we'll just allow the animation to express it. And I think that's why we went with that. But that's just me guessing at it. I don't know specifically. But that would be the logic that I would have applied to it. Okay, so people asking for a lunch break. We can do that. I guess, should we do the full hour right now? I feel like it hasn't been very long since I started. But I guess I did do an entire sprite, which does mean I spent a little while on it. But it's like it only took an hour. That's crazy. Normally it takes way longer. But there was less layers, to be honest, a lot less. A larger animation to kind of show it off. Maybe. Like, there's only so much resource that we can dedicate to this project as well. It's kind of a side mini thing. And, like, it's not, like, well, I mean, it's doing fine, I think. It's having fun. People are enjoying it, and we're getting more people into it. But, yeah, we can't necessarily dedicate a ton of resources to it. So... full hour, that means 4 more sprites. I think we're just going to do the bear one as well. because these can be exhausting as well. And I have other things that I need to get off my plate. Got to send those out soon. Just kind of some tweaks to things, but I need to get that done today. So yeah, we'll go. Okay, let's do our break. We'll go on lunch. And honestly, I don't have anything like in my fridge or anything, so I'll probably have to go out and grab something, which means it will take a full hour. So hopefully the internet will have solved itself by then. We'll be able to kind of have a smoother stream. Let me pull up the Wriggler just so we have that to look at because he's a cute guy. Pull that up. Hide that. Why not pull up this guy too? Let's do one of these. Why didn't that work? There we go. How do I split it? No, I don't want that right now. You go away. You go away. How's this going to work? I don't normally do this. There we go. That's what I wanted. So we have two little sprites to look at in the interim. And I'll put up my away message. All right. Let's throw that up here. So I'll be back in an hour. It means 1:30. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Wrong file or wrong application. I'll have to quit that. There we go. There it is. Start. All right. All right. And we are back. Lunch is done. All right, so welcome back from the break. Anyone who's still with us, if the stream is still going, we have a lot of internet issues today, so who even knows if you guys are hearing this? I guess I'll see in the chat if anyone is. Hey, there we go. We got a yippee. Okay, so going to bring my windows back to normality. Hide you down there. You I'm going to work with. You need to go hide again. There we go. All right. And you need to go over here. There we go. All right, we're set up. Okay, so we're drawing the bear sprite now. So let me just pull up the reference for that again. Here's our friendly neighborhood bear. So we're going to be turning him into a sprite of sorts. So hopefully this goes well. It went a lot better than I expected with the caterpillar, and I think we might have a similar experience if we're lucky. Alright, so I already have kind of a brown, which will work well for the outline, so I'll just use it for the sketch as well. Okay, so he's very bottom heavy, but the way that the sprites work in this game is it really is much better if you have like a big character head. So who knows how this will look. His ears are like greatly detached. It's got a long snout. Pretty long teeth. Good amount of scruff. And tiny little eyes. Yeah, he's kind of got like long arms. We'll give him like really short kind of elbow arm, upper arm, but then like long forearms. And then we'll make him quite chunky. He's like a Hershey's Kiss. So can have little tiny feet. Could even put these below the body, but okay, I think we can shrink his arms. They don't need to be so extreme. make the body more like this, and this can be the leg. So I don't think this one's going to be quite as cute. And have his little nubby bear tail. I mean, that might work. What do you guys think? Maybe he doesn't need such prominent elbows either. It's more about having the long hands. Looks more like a beaver. That is true, it does. Might be a hard thing to avoid, to be honest. I think having a little bit more of a bearish nose might help. Oh, welcome to the live stream, Adrian. Nice of you to make it. Yeah, so, I don't know, this is a tough one. Translating a bear into a sprite that still retains mouse-like qualities. Not easy. That's true, this is only the second time we're streaming Puzzle Trap characters, which is a mobile game under the MouseHunt IP. It's pretty fun. They were making sprites for it today. The new Whisker Woods expansion that we're working on. Yeah. I mean, I think this might work. Maybe if I make the tail come up and look less beaverish. Should probably be longer, at least, so it can read at such a small resolution. It's a little more mouse-like. I know in the art, in the original art, he's got a very short, stumpy tail, but with this angle, it kind of makes it look like it's a beaver tail. So better safe than sorry there. Hmm. I'm going to try and stick with it just a little longer. See if we can get the bear to come out. But what are the bare necessities of making something look like a bear? Maybe he needs tiny ears. Bears have tiny ears. But I don't want to make it like just, oh, it is a bear. The feet probably aren't helping either, actually, because he's kind of got like flipperish feet right now. If I give him kind of stumpier bear paws, it might pull away from the beaverness as well. I just want people to forget about their worries and their strife. All right. Welcome back, Dennis. It's kind of got derpy eyes now. I like it. No need of purging. Maybe if the muzzle is like really big and obvious, that might. Yeah. Again, beavers also have kind of. Well, they have like more narrow and tall muzzles. Bears also have pretty narrow muzzles, but some of them have wider ones. So we'll just try and make that work. How are the birthday celebrations? If we pull the face inside just a bit. That's nice. Always good to be able to see, people you haven't seen in a long time. Alright, is this at least a little more bear-like now? Less beaver, more bear. Still a little bit of mouse. I think with the coloring that might help. Maybe. It's a tough one. It's kind of cute though. He's getting there. I mean, one thing about bears is they have like really long necks too. So maybe we can play that up. Can we just like totally crush his body down? Like an extreme amount. Okay. I think we can move the arm up. And I'll move this arm up a little bit too. Kind of weird if they don't really match. Yeah, a little bit like a bear hamster now, that's true. That's at least better than it just looking like a beaver, like it did originally. I think he's got that bear face now. That's important. And then we'll give him cute little, like, more mouse-colored ears and tail, and that should pull the mouse in a bit more. Whereas the original bear drawing doesn't have quite the same coloring. This will read a little bit better, I think. Okay, so, you know, I'm okay with this. I'm going to go with it. So we'll start with the head. Apparently Charlie just woke up from her nap. Okay, so there is the bear head. We can just color this in really quick. Use this color for now. Just placeholder. Oop, there goes my cap cam. So warm in here, I might turn on my AC. Okay, here we got our bear face. Looks completely adorable. Thank you. Is Maggie a guest or a food? That's a good question. I was wondering the same. Made me think of the three magpies. sure some of you from mouse hunters might be familiar with. It's where we hold a mouse hunt meet in the UK. Alright, so let's jump down to the body now. So the body we're going to break into multiple parts. So we can hide the head right now. Start with the top. It's going to be pretty simple because it's going to be hidden behind the arms for the most part. Can have... Now most of this is probably going to get lost in the shrinking of the file. Okay, there is the top half, and we'll just kind of cut into this to create a nice fur. Might as well just close off the top of that. Alright, and then the bottom half. So, drew in behind. Just a best practice kind of thing, having closed shapes when it's covered over by something. And then we might erase away a bit where the leg is. I'm going to go turn on the AC. It's getting super toasty in here. You had a Murloc emote? Oh, I like it. So it's a bit noisier in general, but this will be a lot more comfortable. Alright, so now I'm just going to block in this brown. Sweet. Oh. Maggie is a nickname for instant noodles in Singapore. Okay. Is that like a brand name then? I like instant noodles, they're tasty. Such puns today, you guys. Alright, this should be multiply. There we go. Cool, okay, I think that's working pretty alright. Okay, so now we're going to jump up to the right arm, which is the one facing us. This is the upper arm. Actually, no. Upper arm should be this one, because it's behind. So this one we can close off. And then this one is going to be kind of open at the top so that when it rotates, it'll look like it's still attached to the elbow. and the head. Maybe we'll be able to see that a bit better. Okay, so if we fill this in, it's good. Now this one's going to cover over that one. But see how I left a gap? That kind of makes it look like it's attached. So that should work. And then we're going to do another layer on top, which will just be little claws. Let's turn the body back on really quick so I can see what that looks like on top. I'm only going to give them 3 fingers because that's what I generally give them. Okay, so that doesn't read super well. Let's maybe make them bigger. Part of me suspects might be because they don't have an outline. Actually, just 3 claws works pretty good. I might do it. Yeah, ramen is what we call it. Brand name Maggie. I'm going to have to try that someday. Okay, so that is the arm for now, locked in. We're going to do the right leg. So this one is going to be the thigh area. Turn off the arm really quick. Leave it open at the top there. This is just going to be the stubby feet. Not really anything to see there. We'll make there be a little bit to work with in case the animators decide to like move the thigh around and they'll need a foot that's visible. Might need to just shift the whole thing, to be honest. Including the sketch. There we go. And I can draw the bottom of the foot a little bit better. Okay, so let's actually fill in the bottom of the foot with this kind of light beige, just because we can. And this one will be the regular brown. Turn off the body really quick. I actually haven't picked up anything from the Steam sale. I've been avoiding it. I was looking at the pony. Oh, what is it called? See if I can find it really quick. It looks pretty awesome, but I didn't end up getting it, and I think the deal is over now. Pony Island on Steam. I was looking at that. It's like a crazy game. No, it's 40% off right now, I think. Yeah, so it's $3, 30 cents Canadian. I might still grab it. Oh, okay, it ends July 4th. That's pretty okay. I have time. I will love it. I know I will. That's why, I just spit on you, Charlie. Sorry. That's why I am like, I'm gonna want this. I should get it. And I went through the purchasing process, and then I just didn't hit confirm because I got distracted by the office. So we were doing stuff. Maybe. Yeah. So I didn't end up buying it, and now I might after the stream. Though. Maybe I'll play it right after. Although I have to do stuff beforehand, so I can't. So we'll see, though. I mean, I'll see. You won't. All right. So let's do the left arm. This one's actually going to go on top of the body. Yeah. It's just going to have to go above it. All right. And then that arm will go up there and behind. Yeah, Pony Island definitely seems like a game up my alley. Okay, turn those back on. Get a new layer towards the claws. Yeah, anytime I have free time to play video games, I've been playing Overwatch. Been playing a decent amount, which is nice. I did see the King Neptune skin. It looks awesome. Like Triton character. King Neptune. It's very cool. I like it a lot. The sharks were really well done too. Yeah. Oh, nice. Completed 130 levels. Well done. I'm sitting on the final level of Firma. I didn't want to beat it. An interesting thing is, in the office, we have a TV with some metrics going at all times. So we can kind of look over and see what's kind of popular in the game and, where most people are hunting or, how many active hunts on average, that kind of stuff, just so that we can kind of have that at the ready. And since Puzzle Trap came out, we added a section at the bottom for Puzzle Trap, so we can kind of see where everyone is sitting in their levels, what region they're going through the puzzles in, stuff like that. And then anytime anyone beats the game, there's a little soundbite of Mario completing a level. So every once in a while in the office, we hear someone finishing the final level. And so I've been sitting on mine, just kind of waiting for an opportunity that would be funny to just kind of activate the sound. So we'll see. We'll see when that is. Yeah, sitting on the last level. Yeah, I agree. When I went through it, I was like, some of these levels are just almost just insultingly easy. After you've gone through a lot of kind of grueling and challenging ones. And so, they're going to be addressing those, going through and figuring them out, making them better. And then I'll cover, of course, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, I'm going to be designing some levels, so you're going to get some really, really nasty ones, which should be pretty exciting. This is MouseHunt streaming because it's me, but I'm like doing art for Puzzle Hunt because I'm in between projects right now. So yeah. It's both, to be honest. But yeah, I'm pretty much always MouseHunt art. It's just today this seemed like the appropriate thing to work on. All right, so we're going to work on the left leg now, and yeah, loop that around. All right. I don't think it was necessary to remove that message, to be honest. I mean, it's fine if people are a little disgruntled. I'm not bothered by it at all. It's kind of confusing because it's like this is a MouseHunt time, MouseHunt stream, and here I am talking about Puzzle Trap. But one thing to note, it is a part of the MouseHunt universe. Yeah. So it's all tied together. And yeah, sometimes people aren't necessarily fans of when we cross-promote and stuff. But what can you do? Can't win them all. Alright, so I'm gonna just fill that in really quick. Alright, we're nearly done just blocking in the flats. Oh yeah, I hear that she's bringing the gullibility trap. Who knew? Okay, so we'll give this a mouse color. Again, make it a little more kind of peachy. That might work. Cool. All right. So we're good on the base colors. What do you guys think? Does he look mouse bear-ish? How about this? I like give him peach ears. Is that just weird? Yeah, it's a bear mouse. Trying to be a bear mouse. It's based off the, loosely based off, I should say, the Whisker Woods bear. Repurposed for the puzzle trap game. Alright, so yeah, the sketch is turned off now. Looks pretty decent. Alright, thank you. That is encouraging. Well, let's make it 3D then. Pop it out. So bring this to the cheekbones, which we'll leave pretty high up. And then we'll also kind of make him have a brow. That should be shadowed. Alright, so loosely blocked in. I don't even think we should go that far with the shading. Keep it real simple, I'd say. Okay, and then let's do the right arm. Gotta lock the transparencies. Let's just work with the highlights mostly, I think. Keep it light colored. Very simple. Less is more. Hide the arm just so you can see what I'm doing up here. Easy. Alright. So next is this arm. And then here. Go the other way with this. There we go. Works a little bit better. Still get a bit of shading here. MouseHunt were real, you'd open a mouse suit. Nice. Certainly are a lot of interesting characters to see. A lot of them would be very dangerous, I think. Oops. Lock that. There we go. delete that. There's the other leg. Delete that. Let's grab that color. Create a shadow color for it. To the inside of the ear, maybe. Although for the ear, I want to make it even more red. Yeah, chatbot support would be really nice. So handy. Trap power increases the further away Bronze is. Okay, so we'll add shadow to the bottom of the feet. I think the color doesn't work. It should just be dark brown. Yeah, that works. Let's get this one. Forgot to lock the transparencies. Okay, so that is pretty simple. But again, as I've stated before, there's no point in adding more detail to this because it is going to be minuscule. So even the details we have, a lot of them are just going to be gone. The important thing is if it reads really tiny, it might just look like a fat mouse, but it'll have the name Bear Mouse, so that'll work, I suppose, I hope. We'll see. Squint test. Meh. It's not amazing. 116 votes on a straw poll. That's pretty good. Maybe I'll add a little more shading to some stuff. I don't think it would hurt. Alright, so body, let's darken some of it. Okay. So we got the body a little bit more shaded. Arms are probably fine. Let's get a little bit more on the bottom of the leg here. Do a tiny bit on the under bit there. A little bit on the top of the arms. Cast shadow from the head. Tempted to move the muzzle up higher. See if this is a hard thing to do. Seems like it worked. Last week he tried to help Dave with a straw poll. There was 70 plus votes, but he said he wouldn't check it because he likes the chaos in the chat more. That's pretty funny. Top hat and cane. I like it. Monocle while I'm at it. Let's do a monocle real quick. I was at a friend's wedding not too long ago, and Giorgio and I were like a part of the wedding party, and for effect, Giorgio brought disposable monocles with him. One-use disposable monocles. It was kind of amazing. So we sported those. That was pretty fun. It's a good time. There you go. Little monocle. Good. I'll leave that layer in there hidden so that when they're exploring the file, they'll be like, what a classy bear. Maybe they'll figure out a way to use it. That'd be pretty cute. A little Easter egg. Alright, so what we need to do is make a copy of this. I think outline colors are okay on the head. I gotta do outline colors on the tail though. Just grab this color here. That's the eraser. That is not a layer. There we go. Cool, okay. So now, we're going to make a copy of the head and a copy of the tail. hide both of the originals and crush down. I guess we need to crush down the tail one. We do that a bit differently. Tail one, we basically just redraw it completely. Easy peasy. Kind of have it shooting out straight generally works for a surprise character. Or even, alternately, having it kind of like just all over the place. Shocked. So surprised that the tail doesn't even know what to do. The face should be pretty fun. I'm kind of excited about how we're going to do this. Haven't drawn a lot of bears, but this one will be screaming, I think. Okay, I'll just connect those now. Just cleaning up the edge. Alright, that's probably better. Better than I need it. It's fine. Okay, so we've flattened down the copy of the head. So what we're going to do is kind of redraw it, I think. So one way I can do this is duplicate this layer. Move it over to the side so I can see where I've come from. And then I'm just going to repaint like the whole thing. Might as well do a layer for the outline itself since it's going to be all new. Looks like he's singing, just like his weird broken face. How sad. Sorry, bear. Sorry I broke your face. I don't like it. Let's start over. Start with the orientation of stuff and things. This is an even harder angle to work with. Let's see if this works better. You guys. So punny. Bear scream. Yeah, it's just yawning. We've often joked about having like a stick figure zone just for the developers to create, like the coders. What if we made his expression like, "Oh no, you called me." Kind of terrifying. A lot of detail in the mouth, which is, I think, way too much detail. I think it starts to get confusing at the smaller size. Like, you may be able to read it and appreciate it at the size you guys are seeing it at, but in game it's going to be even smaller. So I don't actually think that reads very well. Now it is much more just like weird yawn. It's like a Homer Simpson yell. Okay, I think that will do. Let's see if this monocle can be slightly... Oh, there we go, even better. The hat is like flying off. Perfect. Ears should probably be tweaked. Here we go. Nice and surprised. Regular bear. Surprise bear. It's fun enough. Alright, and there we have it. 2 sprites for Puzzle Trap. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I think that'll be all for my set today. Oh, gotta get some other stuff done, so probably best to do that. I saved just now at the end. You know how it is. Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me. I certainly enjoyed having company while working on these. Always makes it a much better experience, so look forward to seeing you guys again next time. So 2 weeks, 1 week, we'll see. It'll be a mystery until then. But thanks so much for hanging out. Glad to have you around. All right. Have a safe and happy weekend. Happy hunting. Bye for now, everyone.